Hey everyone, welcome to my blog. My name is Carmen Brandy, and I have a really cool video for you guys today. I was brainstorming this morning on future blog posts because I plan everything out pre-posting, obviously, and I was thinking about another fashion post because I just have done a lifestyle and music post, and I couldn't think of anything, and finally I was like, wait a second. I talk about on my Instagram, my Twitter, and I've talked about it before on my blog, how most of my closet consists of secondhand clothing, aka thrift store finds. So I thought, why don't I take them to two of my favorite thrift stores in Franklin, Tennessee, which is about 30 minutes south from Nashville. I'll also show you guys some cool places in Nashville if you don't want to make the drive. But I thought it would be super cool to share with this information with you guys because not everybody has the budget to spend full price. I am a struggling musician and I can't afford to always drop $40 to $100 on a dress or a jacket or pants. So I find that thrift stores are incredible for finding unique pieces that fit just for your unique style, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So before I take you to these thrift stores and show you how I thrift, I thought it would be extremely beneficial for you guys to see how your high-end stores and their products, like their fancy coats and jackets, you can get the same thing or very similar to those products at your local thrift store. So my first example I wanted to show you were these two very similar winter camel jackets. I have this jacket from Free People, which is absolutely breathtaking and quite expensive compared to this thrift store jacket I bought, which is also from the 70s. They're both vintage, and I mean, they almost look identical with the similar style. This one's a little bit different, but this was like $6 compared to a couple $100. So you're getting a great deal. Yes, they're both different, but quality exactly the same. They keep you exactly the same amount of warmth. So it depends on what you're willing to spend. My last example I thought I would show you is an almost identical comparison. For the longest time, I had wanted a corduroy vintage jacket. So I looked it up, I found one on Etsy. I actually got to collaborate with the company I bought it from on a previous fashion post, but I paid for that. And I found almost an identical jacket except in denim. So here's the corduroy I bought for $50 on Etsy. And then I got this for like $3, almost identical with similar styles except it's denim. And to be quite honest, I wear this way more than I do this one, specifically because this one's great for layering. It doesn't keep you too hot, keeps you like pretty warm, where this one is a great winter jacket because you could just wear a tank top or t-shirt under this and it will keep you warm even if it's snowing. Anyway, regardless, they are almost identical, except minus the corduroy comparison. They're corduroy and denim, except $50 compared to $3. So you're really getting an incredible deal. Don't look at the price tag at Nordstrom for a jacket. Go to your local thrift store. Go with an intention of finding a similar piece at one of these larger stores, and I guarantee you'll find the product you're looking for. So we are currently outside of downtown Franklin's own our thrift store, and it happens to be one of my favorite local thrift stores. I actually am wearing some earrings from here. But I love our thrift store not only because they have incredible secondhand pieces, shoes, pants, coats, shirts. They also do a really great thing for our community as they hire people with disability and give them awesome job opportunities here to work and to thrive amongst everybody else because they're awesome people too. So let's go check it out. So when I first started thrifting, I would go to the local Goodwills and the local thrift stores, and I would always get so overwhelmed because there's so many clothes, and I mean, I don't have the attention span to go through every single thing to see if there is a gem between certain stuff. So a pro tip I would like to give to somebody who is just starting thrifting is figure out what you want before you start going thrifting. So I like to look at Nordstrom and Free People and find pieces I love and can't afford. And I like to go to thrift stores. That way I can find almost identical or similar pieces for way less. Show you what I mean is, since I showed you guys some of those fur coats at home, I thought I would show you some incredible coats that our thrift store currently has. And I literally just went 40 seconds going down and they already had these amazing things. Doesn't this look so much like my denim corduroy jacket? Literally so beautiful. Not sure how old it is, but beautiful detailing. Another beautiful fur, if you're younger probably. Wet seal. Love this one. A black denim jacket. So cool. And then I think this one's just brilliant. As you can see, you could get all the trendy pieces for way less at your local thrift stores. Now, a lot of people will talk about like, go to Goodwill, go to this place, this place. Personally, I go to Goodwill once a year. I personally can't ever find stuff because I feel that a lot of the pieces are just shifted through and you can't really find unique stuff anymore. But when you find that amazing local thrift store, you'll be able to find some really great gems. I mean, just alone, I found 4 jackets within like a minute. And I haven't even gone through the rest of the clothing racks. So definitely check out our thrift store. So pro tip number 2 is, when you do go to thrift on any given day, make sure you look on the thrift store's website to see if they're having any sales. Personally, I do not go thrifting unless there's some kind of sale. So at our thrift stores, they have sales throughout the entire week. So Monday might be belts 50% off, Tuesday might be shoes 50% off. Point is, never pay full price for anything. If you're like me, a struggling musician, can barely afford a $5 shirt, it's extremely awesome when you can find a really cool piece for $3. So definitely make sure you go on a day where they have a 50% off sale. Another pro tip, third one is set a budget for yourself. Something I like to do, I refrain myself from even bringing in my wallet. Carry your cash in a pocket. So I know usually people would never say carry your cash, but when you know you're going to thrift on a 50% off day, I bring a $20 bill and that is my budget. And the reason I don't bring my wallet in, if you have more self-control, maybe you can bring your wallet in, but if I'm over my $20 budget, I'll usually whip out my credit card and I can pay for it. But when you only have that $20 bill, you're forced to stay within that $20 frame of money. So pro tip number 2, which is make sure you go on a 50% off day or a day where they have some kind of sale. And pro tip number 3 is make sure you set a good, realistic budget for yourself. So I'm here with the founder of our thrift store, Dave Kreekak, along with his beautiful wife, Sandy. I thought I would interview them because I absolutely love this thrift store and see why our thrift store is different than any other thrift store in Nashville, Franklin area. So Dave, can you tell me more about that?
Love to, Carmen. Matter of fact, thank you. My wife is beautiful.
Yes.
37 years. She's
Yes.
gorgeous. We started this because about 12 years ago, I miraculously was laid off and was trying to find a job. But also my daughter, Sarah, was graduating from high school. She has autism. Right. And what I found out was, as I tried to find her a job, there were no jobs for special needs young adults.
Right.
So as I looked into it further, I found out they're at a 50% unemployment rate. So at the time, there was well over 1,000 unemployed special needs young adults.
Crazy.
So I thought, well, kind of prayed about it and said, well, who's going to do something about this? And I really felt the Lord say, you are. So I said, great, well, if that's the case, then I need some money and I need a location, and just get that confirmed that that's what I'm supposed to do. And probably within a few months, everything came together perfectly. This building, a grant that was miraculously given to us by Middle Tennessee Electric. They had a thing called Operation Roundup. And then just many, many little miracles fell into place.
Right.
And now today after 12 years, going into our 13th year, we have 25 young adults with disabilities that run the business,
Wow.
that do all the work, and we basically partner with them to do what they do.
Right. I think it's amazing when you're obedient to the Lord and He just shows you. We were talking about this earlier. His work is just bountiful and amazing. And I mean, I don't know if you heard him, which I hope you did, but 12 years with this incredible company. And you were saying how your location is so interesting because we're right smack dab in downtown, and you have a wealthy community right in front of us, and more of a poor neighborhood right behind us. So I think the location is just incredible, and you have all walks of life coming in here.
Totally.
I mean, me, I'm very blessed, yet I listen to the Lord and I'm obedient when he says, go buy new clothes.
Good.
So,
And he tells you to come here.
Yes, so it just really is inspiring to me to not only be shopping, but I'm shopping with a purpose, knowing that you're employing a ton of incredible young people who unfortunately do have disability, but like you said, they come here to grow their careers and to benefit not only just from having a job, because like you said, what's the rate of unemployment for
50% still.
That's amazing.
Matter of fact, Tennessee is in last place of all the states for services and support for special needs young adults, and hopefully in the years to come I'll participate in that more, to be more of an advocate, and I really feel a calling to do that. But not only have we helped other thrift stores start across the United States that want to hire special needs kids, 3 so far, but I think that's going to be a part of our calling is to be an advocate, you know, to stand in the gap, because most of these kids, like Beth, who's been here probably, she's our oldest kid at 58, this has probably been the first job she's ever had. So nobody's really extended the ability in a safe environment to partner with them to learn. But I tell you, every special needs young adult has unique gifts and talents that God gave them, and they need to find what those are and then use those. So what we do is give them the opportunity to find out what their gifts and talents are and then put them in that job. So our recruiter is the Lord. I mean, literally people say, well, where do these kids come from? You know, where do our job coaches come from? You know, we don't hire professional folks that deal with special needs young adults. We hire people that have a heart for them, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, we do millions of items every year, but 100% of that money goes to creating as many jobs as we can pack into this place. So 46 employees pull this off, 14,000 square feet. It's just amazing. You know, we have an eBay business, which we started for wheelchair users. And at one point we had 4 wheelchair users that ran that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just, but again, it was one more thing. I was thinking about Mephibosheth, and here's this guy that was disabled. And King David's looking around saying, well, I wonder what I could do to bless his family. And Mephibosheth, to me, was my wheelchair user. So I started praying about that, and I met a wheelchair user, couldn't find a job, you know, poor young man. We bought a van to go pick him up every day to work. And he ended up creating a job in an environment and becoming independent, and now he kind of lives on his own, and he's moved away, but that was the first kid we hired that had a disability. So everybody's got gifts and talents. Finding out what those are and using those for the Lord. That's what it's all about for me and you, and for special needs young adults.
Well, I think it's pretty clear to see that if you're not thrifting yet, this is the thrift store you need to come to. You need to buy everything. You need to love on these people because they're absolutely wonderful with a purpose and absolutely beautiful clothes. I mean, compared to some of the other thrift stores that are around this area, I personally think that you guys carry a lot of really awesome things. So if you're in the downtown Franklin area or the Nashville area, please come out and check out our thrift store. I promise you won't regret it. It really will touch your heart, and then you'll have some really cool clothes. So thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you so much,
for
Carmen.
talking to me.
I love talking about it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, guys, so much. So, wow. Not only did I share with you all how I thrift accordingly and how I think is a good way to thrift with planning and your budgeting and making sure you love the items, I feel like today you may have learned a lot about an incredible company, our thrift store, which, I mean, I didn't know everything that Dave talked about today, and I'm leaving feeling so full and loved because I feel the Holy Spirit when I walk into this incredible thrift store. Like I said, definitely check out our thrift store in downtown Franklin. Quick shout out to a couple others I like, Grace Works in downtown Franklin, Thrift Smart, all awesome places, but my favorite's our thrift store. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you're not signed up to my mailing list on my blog, go to my About section and you can put your mailing list in there. So thank you so much. My name's Carmen, and